Are you good?
What are you talking about?
The mic.
No, it's fine.
Mike?
Hey, Austin, just in the context of everything that's happened since going undrafted, playing with the Lakers in the Summer League, to getting the two-way converted to a full-time, to getting minutes, how did all of that kind of coalesce in that moment when you got the ball?
It's basically been the story of my life. I've always been underrated. Didn't go to a big high school, so didn't get recruited much. But at the end of the day, you got to produce on the basketball court. And for me to hit that shot, for my teammates to have the trust in me to take that shot is very, very special.
It was your fifth three of the game, but as your teammates are swarming you and you look up and it's Russell Westbrook and it's LeBron and AD, and now you have the moment in the locker room, like what's something that stands out to you the most about these last couple of minutes here?
Just the genuine nature of the guys. You don't see that much, especially with the type of guys that we have on the team, 6 Hall of Famers, and then other guys that have been in the league for 10, 12 years. So really just the genuineness of it. It's just special, lost for words. I've grown up watching all these guys play, so for them to, for me to even just be teammates with them is special.
Awesome. You had appeared to be a tense moment with LeBron before the game winner, probably discussing some sort of defensive time. Clearly, you stayed in the moment enough to perform on the offensive end. What was the nature of that discussion? And when you were earlier in your career, a couple months ago, just started off, maybe that type of discussion could have rattled you to the point where you could be in the moment.
The discussion was that I messed up on defense. I didn't get to the shoot or whatever. He made a shot. But it's basketball. The other team's trying to, achieve something too. So things go wrong, things go right. But I don't think so. I try to just stay level-headed throughout everything, regardless of who I'm playing by, what teammate I'm playing with. So I think it's kind of just my nature and my mentality is just even kill, never too high, never too low.
Austin, I think there's a kind of a nature. I'm sorry. I think there's a nature when people talk to you about yourself because you're an undrafted player that you don't feel like you belong out there. If you don't play that way. Obviously, you play with the guys that you do.
Yeah.
When did you know for sure that you could play at this level? What was that moment, and what does the shot tonight do to kind of affirm that belief?
Yeah, it even goes back to my first year at Oklahoma, my redshirt year. I was walking out to my truck, actually, and Coach Kruger was walking out as well. And he came over to me and was like, I believe that you can play at the next level. And, I've had people tell me that, but, not at the stature of what he's done. He's been in basketball, around basketball for a long, long time, and he's seen a lot of good players. So for him to say that, it really clicked and was like, oh, well, I personally thought it, but it was like, oh, someone else sees it as well. And then the shot, it's one shot. There's a lot of other stuff that goes on during a basketball game. It just happened to be the last second shot to win the game.
You were just saying that you grew up watching some of these guys play. Was there ever time you were in awe of them? And, I guess LeBron and AD was saying you're a sponge. You soak up all that they tell you. Is there any time when you were just so like, wait a minute, AD's telling me to do this?
Yeah, it was when we went to our mini camp that LeBron put on. The first time really being on the court with those guys, we wasn't even playing or anything. It was more of just like walk through schemes, like what we're gonna do for the year. And I just remember walking out on the court, and you have Bron, Russ, AD, Melo. All these guys that have been established in the league for a long, long time. Like I said, 6 Hall of Famers, probably could argue more. So yeah, there was a split second there when we was in Vegas that it was like that, but then I quickly realized it's just basketball. And that's what we're here to do, and that's what's got me to this point.
Austin, just on the shot itself, you were so wide open. Are in that moment, are you kind of trying to get Russ's attention? Are you just praying that the ball comes to you, and then you got knocked off your feet by Tim Hardaway? What was your actual advantage on the shot, and when did you identify that it was good? I
thought he fouled me, but that's beside the point. I mean, it's basketball. I didn't care if I scored or Russ scored or Bron scored. Like, I just wanted to win the game. That's really all that matters is that if we win or not. But it happened that the ball came to me with a couple of seconds. I didn't have an opportunity to really do anything else. I had to shoot it. So, like I said earlier, just the confidence that Russ instills into me. I mean, there was a story going back to Sacramento and Summer League where I went 1 for 8 from 3, and he come in the locker room and was like, way to shoot it. I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? I shot it horrible. And he was like, no, I'm just happy you were shooting it. And so just, I mean, those little things throughout the course from everybody on the team, it could be AB, Rondo, just things like that really instill confidence in myself.
Last Tuesday.
Do you recall what you were yelling?
I have no idea. No idea.
And Mike, last question.
Like less like.
It's probably PG.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have said anything bad.
There were a lot of defensive possessions that you were involved in. I just wonder, 32 minutes, like still coming back, haven't played that many games at the NBA level with this amount of minutes, like how that feels on the legs, how you end up having the legs to still get that 3 off and have it fall through.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, that's the most minutes I've played in a long time. I mean, going back to college, but this is a different level in college. You're playing with the best athletes, the best basketball players that ever play the game. So, I mean, it's tough. I mean, every game is a grind, but really getting my legs back under me with the last games, I mean, because I sat out for 2 weeks or so, has been really helpful. But in those moments, you feel good. It's going to be later when I lay down when I really feel it. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.